to this special episode of Culinary Confections. I'm Alison Sandiford. Today we'll be making chocolate brigadeiros, a fudge-like treat that originates in Brazil. Brazilian Air Force Commander Brigadier Eduardo Gomes is said to be the namesake of these sweet treats. The ingredients we'll need to make this recipe include sweetened condensed milk, unsalted butter, heavy whipping cream, light corn syrup, cocoa powder, semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate chips, and chocolate sprinkles. Tools that we'll need to prepare this certain recipe are a 3-quart heavy-duty saucepan, 2 medium-sized bowls, a table knife, a whisk, measuring cups and measuring spoons, and I would use a rubber spatula to get some of the batter off the bowls. Our first step is to empty a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk into our saucepan. Here we go. Now, this handy little ruler on the bottom of the unsalted butter, I'm going to cut 2 tablespoons. Okay, now I take the wrapper off and drop it in. Okay. Now, we're going to measure out 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. Here's 1. Ooh, a little bit dripped. And here's our second. Now I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of light corn syrup. Not all of it comes out, so you always have to put a little extra in. Okay. So I've turned my stove on to a medium heat, and my helper will whisk the batter continually until it is ready. Okay. So now I'm going to add the cocoa and the chocolate chips. Chocolate chips first. I like to use chocolate chips better than a chocolate bar because they're so much easier to measure. So this is a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and now I'm going to add them. Okay. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of cocoa. Go. Make sure your batter doesn't burn. If it starts to burn, then make sure you can move it off the stove, off the heated, for a minute. I've turned the stove to a medium-low heat, and my helper has been whisking constantly while the batter thickens. I know when to stop whisking because the batter will slide to the side in a glob while leaving thick residue on the pan, and the whisk will leave trails in the bottom of the pan. Now we will turn the stove to off, and we will scrape the batter into the bowl. Okay. It's very thick, and you don't want to scrape the batter from the bottom because it's very burnt and it could affect the taste of your brigadeiros. Let it cool to about room temperature, and then refrigerate it for about 2 to 3 hours while it cools until it's very firm. The batter's been in the fridge for a couple of hours now. When you take it out, it should look kind of like this. The recipe calls for a spoon or a melon baller, which I don't have, to scoop the batter out of the bowl. It's very hard to get out and messy too. My assistant will help me roll the batter into balls and then coat it in sprinkles.
Sticky.
Those are 2 examples. This is what the brigadeiro should look like when finished. Most of them are coated in chocolate sprinkles, but some we use chocolate chips with. Thanks for watching Culinary Confections, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to prepare brigadeiros.